Flashback. One of the best Alan Wake meme moments is coming up.
I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain.
Alright, we're hungover. Let's get some glasses on.
The sunglasses made the world look bearable.
Alright, let's get this buzzing to stop. Nothing like some invisible painkillers to numb the pain. So the clicker is the item that Thomas Zane, he wrote about Alan using it in his childhood and as an adult. So the clicker is not Alan's creation, it's Thomas Zane's creation.
I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay?
That's rough. Your agent and friend is telling you that your wife is not doing your career any favors. Big yikes. That's the question we asked for 13 years. Who wrote who? If you don't like Sam Lake popping up in these games, I have bad news for you.
I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
Well played. There's Sam Lake right there, doing his Max Payne face.
And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall.
Here it is. Here's the memeable moment and screenshot.
And you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence.
Checks out. That's called conflict resolution. Both sides admit fault.
Let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me.
See, look, this is a nice tender moment, but that was 2 years ago. It took them 2 years to actually go on a vacation. And he clicked it. What'd it do? We don't know what it does.
I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the manuscript on my own terms. The last page is still in the typewriter.
Yeah.
I need to read it first.
We gotta know what it says.
It needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well. I'm sorry, sir,
Whoop.
but I need to do this alone.
Uno reverse.
Take her gun.
Dude, let Sarah come with you. She would only help.
When I leave.
Oh, Barry's crying. Oh, poor Bear.
Good luck, Al.
I know that light is bright in Alan's face. So I get it. He wants to go alone so that no one else is put in danger.
It was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake.
Whether or not the clicker did this, we don't have the answer to that. My assumption is yes. Why else would it just switch to middle of the day? Yeah, this is beautiful. I want to go here in real life. Do some hiking or something. In the original version of this game, that's a big Verizon billboard. Right, literally right in your face. Yeah, we truly don't know how much Tom wrote. So he could have.
The darkness had touched me. There was a link between us.
Here we go. Now all bets are off, as in, it's not trying to capture Alan anymore. Now it's like, oh, he's got the clicker. He's way too dangerous, let's just kill him. The Dark Presence now has no reason to keep Alice alive, because Alice has been the ransom this whole time. But the Dark Presence does not need Alan to write anymore, or at least it doesn't think it does. Oh my god. Did y'all see that? Here's a Majestic. There's an FBI jacket.
This had obviously been the room where Agent Nightingale had stayed when he hadn't been busy harassing me.
He's got pictures of several townspeople, and then there's a bottle. It's just small things like that. Did Remedy have to include his motel room that we could go into and look at? No, but they did. Just to try to make the world feel that much more believable. And I appreciate things like that. So, on the ferry at the... Whoa! Saw that out of the corner of my eye. I can't look at chat. I'm gonna die if I do. Whoa, what is that? It's a monster truck. I'm not fighting that. Let's see if I can just get out of here. Haha, yeah, see ya. I'm not fighting a monster truck. Uh-oh, dodge the bus, dodge the bus. Shotgun, thank God. Alright, the more weapons it gives us, the more indicative that is that we will not be just fighting objects anymore. We'll be fighting puddles, apparently. I'm trying to hit the... Come on. Come on. I'm trying... I don't care about any of you. I just want to hit this. There. You know what? Enough of this. Come here. One for you. One for you. Oh my god. Yeah, it's throwing the kitchen sink at me right now. You're dead. Let's just get out of here. Let's just leave. I see light ahead. Yeah, it's getting to the point where I'm questioning if they just keep spawning now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And we're going. All right, yeah, Alan, catch your breath, little guy. Catch your breath. I hear something scary. Oh, I heard that. I heard you.
Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water.
Remember when that TV said there's a hole in its chest where her heart should be? It's because Thomas Zane cut its heart out. He had his suspicions that the Barbara Jagger that he had resurrected was not actually Barbara. So to see if it was human, he cut its heart out, grabbed her and dove, put on his diver's suit and dove in the lake with her and just sank. That's what caused the earthquake in 1970. It was just a huge, basically, explosion of power and caused the mining tunnels to fill, or to flood, caused the cabin to sink. The Dark Presence was stuck there until the Andersons let it free. They didn't really let it free. They just kind of woke it up a little bit. Oh, look at that. Somehow beat that thing to Cauldron Lake. That's a guy with a chainsaw. Come on, turret. Not working. You know what? Let's just keep doing that. Yeah, here's a flare. Back on the turret. Is that another chainsaw? Do I have a flashbang? Yes, I do. I have 9 of them? Here, have one. Here, have another one. Yeah, I could do that all day. Oh my god. Where did he even come from? Reload. Wow. We got another one? 2 more chainsaw guys. Wow, okay. I think I got flashbangs. Another chainsaw guy? Wow. What is that, 5? 5 chainsaw guys I just fought? That's insane. Oh, I see you. Yeah, real stealthy there. I don't know what's worse, all the birds or the flying objects. Which one's the more annoying enemy? I don't know, couldn't tell you. I don't even need to fight y'all. Ooh. There's a spotlight right here. Are you kidding? Never seen the birds just kamikaze into the light before. The final stretch. Yep, that's how that boat ended up in the trailer park. The Dark Presence just throwing things out of the lake. Come on, we can do it! Oh, dang it. It was a cool looking dive he did, though. Let's try it again. Okay, so 3 doesn't do it. Oh my god. Alright, I am at the point where I think trying to turn the generator on triggers him to come attack me. And if I'm not doing that, I'm losing my mind at how long it takes for him to just show up. Like, he keeps zipping and zapping around, and I sit there and I wait and I wait and I wait. Doesn't do anything, and then I hit the generator, and that's when he decides to show up. I think it's intentional. I don't think that's just bad timing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right back to that generator again, except this time I'm gonna put a flare down while I'm messing with it. For that reason, right there. There we go. Now they're all gone.
The bottom of Cauldron Lake.
There it is.
A graveyard of things the lake had claimed in one way or another over the decades. The Dark Presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged hull of an old boat here, the remains of a long-ago crashed airplane there.
Yeah, so remember back in the first stream, there was an airplane, and Alan was like, I just heard it crash, but it looks like it hasn't flown in decades. That's what happened. Is now all these different things that have just sunk to the bottom of the lake, for some reason or another, it's picking them up out of the depths and throwing them across the woods. Please dodge, Alan. Jeez. Okay. Whoa. Gotta dodge it. Jeez. Yeah, see, how does a train end up in the lake? Not by itself. Dude, it's an entire ship. Glad there's just unlimited fuel around this place and just a generator everywhere you could possibly need one. Here, have some electricity. Come here. Haha, idiot. He ran straight into it. I love it.
Turn back now.
No. You're gonna tell me to turn back and then show me a vision of my primary motivation to keep moving? Almost there. There we go.
Do as you're told.
Whoa. This is it. Ouch. Ah. Oh, I can't climb that. I tried. Yep, we're here.
Never loved you.
And give me some 3D glasses. You think I'm afraid? You think I'm scared of a little truck and a boat? Nah. I gotta jump. Jump! Whoop, nope, don't jump yet, no!
You will fail.
No, I won't. Hello, Barbara Jagger. See you in there. Oh, you want another one? I guess send some birds. Nah, that one's not gonna stop me. Here, have another one. Yes, sir. They don't call me the champion of life for nothing. Here we go. Fulfilling Thomas Zane's page.
Hell!
You were having a bad dream.
Yes, we were. Y'all folding?
It wasn't a dream.
Folding like a lawn chair.
Fine.
Whoa.
Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on!
You're standing next to the light switch. You do it.
The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear of the dark.
Hey, this isn't so bad. Maybe I will hang out here.
Back to bed, Tom.
Hold on. First off, yeah, Alice has a light ring. Here, have this. It sounded like a deflating balloon. Oh, she said Tom. It's more interesting. Hello, SpongeBob the movie space diver man. Oh, this is important. I'll stop making jokes. This is an important part.
Find your way to the cabin. You must fill its heart with light.
Who's that?
Don't mind him. He's Mr. Scott. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Use the clicker.
Okay, try not to get too overwhelmed for these next 5 minutes. Put yourself in the mind space of someone playing this back in 2010 to make it simple. Well, what does it mean for Alan to be gone? We'll see. How will our friends meet him? We'll see. What is Mr. Scratch smiling about? Who even is he? We'll see. Don't worry about all that right now. Just skip 13 years worth of pain, suffering, and debate. Because that's what we had to do for 13 years, was debate who Mr. Scratch is. So now we're literally turning words into real things.
I follow the idea of a path.
And we turn it into an actual path. So yeah, look around. We're in the dark place. We're not actually underwater, but, you know, it's under the lake. I still get confused with Mr. Scratch. Mr. Scratch, we'll go into more detail with him in Alan Wake 2, and that should answer all your questions about him. But for right now, all we need to know is that he looks like Al...
What?
I'm leaving you. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alan? What are you doing? Put the light back on. What are you doing, Alan? Stop!
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
Are you sure?
Tom, let me go.
Okay, Jesus. Like I said, don't get overwhelmed. But where we're at right now is the dark place, where fiction and reality overlap. So there's a little bit of what's true, there's a little bit of what's not, and sometimes reality is twisted just a tad. What we're walking into is we're listening to a conversation between Thomas Zane and Barbara Jagger. But notice, Tom's voice doesn't sound like James McCaffrey. It sounds like Alan. It sounds like Matthew Peretta.
Please, untie me, you naughty boy.
And I think that's Alice's voice, too, being Barbara, I think.
I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
Yeah, it totally is.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
Your heart is filled with darkness. Cut it out. Take you back to the desert caveman.
This entire place operates on dream logic. That conversation probably did happen between Thomas Zane and Barbara Jagger, but we heard it from Alan's voice and Alice's voice. That's the dark place twisting what's real. Here's the cabin. We're here.
Get away from me, you hag. Where am I? Let me go.
Alice! Alice! I'm coming!
Your husband refused to do as he was told. All he had to do was write what I wanted him to write. You'll stay here forever.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Where's Alice?
Now you will never get her back.
There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be.
I am
Much older than you.
older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
Eldritch being. Clicker. Dude.
I could feel Alice's presence close by. I understood what I had to do now, but the scales always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane had gone wrong.
The clock. Clock's winding backwards.
Long journey through the night back into the light.
Okay, is time going forward or is it going back? Is Alan erasing all of the events of the game? Or is this just showing the time lapse from when she went missing to what we're about to see? There's an answer to that now, finally, that Alan Wake 2 is out. There she is. If we just went through all that for you to drown now. It's Alice! Alan did it. He got her out.
Alan? Alan?
Does Alice remember anything that happened? We didn't know. Alan's not above sacrificing his main character to get what he needs. He did it with Alex Casey in The Sudden Stop, and he did it with himself in Departure. A little Alan Wake disappearance isn't going to stop us from celebrating Deerfest, though, is it now? No, it will not. And there's the deer float. Did the events of the game even happen? I mean, there should be a lot of missing people, right? We didn't know for 13 years. Think we have a new Lady of the Light. And behind her we have a new face. Oh, that was Nightingale.
It's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Alan, wake up.
We debated what that sentence meant for 13 years. So, let me tell you, the only things that were confirmed, things we know to be fact from the end of that story. Number 1, Alice got out. We know that for a fact. Number 2, Alan is in the dark place. He's stuck in there. That's a fact. Number 3, Nightingale is either the new face of the Dark Presence, because it showed him in the window behind Rose, or he was just taken somehow. That's a fact, because he's been influenced somehow. What we don't know, or I guess what we didn't know, and what Control answered, and we can talk about that because we've already beaten Control. Does Alice even remember everything? Well, the answer to that, according to Control, well, it's a maybe, because she went to the Federal Bureau of Control and talked to them. And that gets answered a little bit more in Alan Wake 2, but for some reason or another, she ended up at the Bureau of Control to ask them questions about Bright Falls. So at least in some part of her brain, she must have remembered, or at least she's still searching for answers. Now, did the events of the game really happen? We know that they did, because in Control, they directly reference this event, and the Taken, and they call it the Shadow. And I guess the next question is, what does it mean it's not a lake, it's an ocean? Well, there's two primary interpretations of that, and one is that he is saying the lake is not a real lake. It is literally an opening to a much larger realm than we know of. That's interpretation number 1. Either 1, the dark place is bigger than we thought, or 2, there's something else there, not just the dark presence. The dark presence is just one of many entities that's there. That isn't necessarily answered by Alan Wake 2. Was the cabin actually there and disappeared? So the cabin was there up to 1970. It really did collapse into the lake when Thomas Zane took Barbara Jagger down into the bottom. That is a fact. The cabin was also actually there whenever Alan and Alice showed up. It appeared, and they were able to interact with it and go inside of it. That's a fact. During the week that Alan was in the dark place, the cabin was not there. Both he and the cabin and Alice were all in the dark place together. If you had traveled to Diver's Isle during that week, you wouldn't have seen a cabin there. And we know this because that's what Mott did. Mott went there looking for them. He went there and there was no cabin. That was during the week they were there. And then we saw in the cutscene where Thomas Zane freed Alan from his trance, we saw the cabin disappear. Like, Alan got out of it, the cabin was there, and then it like disappeared in a puff of like smoke, basically. So yes, the cabin was there briefly, and disappeared. Both of these, Special 1 and Special 2, take place inside the Dark Place, and we will learn a lot more about what the Dark Place is. And it is a really, really good springboard setup to understand Alan Wake 2, because a lot of Alan Wake 2 has to deal with the Dark Place. And Remedy said Alan Wake 2, you don't really have to play the first one to understand. I call baloney on that. I don't know how somebody could skip straight to Alan Wake 2 and like fully grasp what the Dark Place is. That doesn't compute in my head.